Hello and welcome to the Genuine Learning blog. My name is Melissa Galasso, and I'm super excited to be with you today to talk about something that's kind of an unusual event. We're going to talk about a recently issued temporary enforcement policy that was put out by the Professional Ethics Executive Committee, or PEEC. They are dealing with a timing issue. The SEC has made some updates to their ethics and independence standards, and they are not currently in alignment with the AICPA standards. And so as a result, for firms who are required to follow both, that sometimes can be a little bit of a tricky situation. And so as a result, the Professional Ethics Executive Committee met in December and is going to give us a temporary policy. So let's look at this. So they provided a temporary policy. It was adopted December 21st of 2020. It was issued obviously in 2021 to provide this temporary relief. So again, it's really focused in on trying to assist with some changes made by the SEC. Now, the SEC has been working on modernizing their rules and making them a little bit more efficient. And so they adopted some amendments to their current requirements in Rule 201 of Regulation SX. Now, they're not scheduled to be effective until June 9th. However, they are early adoptable. And that's really what creates this issue, is that theoretically, starting January 1, or I guess as early as December, theoretically, entities could start using the updated ethics and independence requirements that would be potentially not in alignment with the AICPA standards. And a great example that I love that they included there was related to student loans. So many people in getting their 4 or 5 year degree do have to borrow money in order to make that a possibility, right? And we encourage that, right? We encourage the return on investment. However, loans are very tricky because a loan with a client can be very impactful, especially if that person is a partner. And so if someone is currently paying their student loans from when they were a student and they are a partner in a firm, the entire office can no longer perform audit services for the client. And so as a result here, if they're not part of the audit work, obviously they don't have a lot of influence over their individual student loan, they are going to relax the rules so that the student loan would no longer result in an independence issue for the partner in that office. And so these are some of the things that they were, again, modernization and really just trying to address some more, some issues to make it a little bit easier. The other big topic in there is portfolio companies, which can be a doozy for the affiliates role. So as they're modernizing, again, now the AICPA has to take a look at these changes and evaluate what they want to do with them. And so obviously that takes time. While they did discuss it at the PEEC meeting, they recognized that it wasn't going to happen overnight, right? They have to put out an exposure draft, and then they're going to have to put out, you have to debate the exposure draft, comment letters, and then you issue a final standard. And so in the meantime, this can create a conflict, and obviously that's not the intent here. And so they are evaluating the SEC amendments to see if there's something that we could borrow in the AICPA world. However, in the period of time where they're going through this redeliberation concept, they are going to consider the member to be in compliance with the AICPA code if they implement and comply with the SEC code, or if they comply with the existing code, which is obviously a little bit more stringent. So as a result, they're going to consider both to be acceptable. And again, this is a temporary policy. This is what they're going to do until they come up with a final solution. And so basically, it's effective until it's rescinded. So this is just something as a stopgap until this can be addressed through standard setting. We don't want to cause any unintended consequences for firms, especially because the SEC has been so focused on some of these requirements. All right, so that's it for this week's blog. I hope this helps you understand some of the rules related to this temporary enforcement policy, which doesn't happen all that frequently. So thank you guys so much for joining me, and I hope to see you on a future blog. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.